Pushing on my buttons, they be. Pushing on my buttons, they be. Whoa, to me it ain't nothing, they be. Pushing on my buttons, they be. These boots is made for stomping what they do when I find me a neck. Sweat and stuttering's what they do. Fake smiles when they're writing me checks. Add a couple more zeros. I'm the reason you losing that job. Boys don't bite, they back up. Better sit like a good dog. Bark for me, baby. Chase them kitties, what you do? Go and play fetch. Bring me back a rollie too. Diamonds on that bezel, the only face you gon' see. Don't look me in the eyes, don't you breathe the air I breathe. Pushing on my buttons, they be. Pushing on my buttons, they be. Whoa, to me it ain't nothing, they be. Pushing on my buttons, they be. Got a bag, got a bag. Pushing on my buttons, they be. Pushing on my buttons, they be. Whoa, to me it ain't nothing, they be. Pushing on my buttons, they be. These boots is made for stomping what they do when I find me a neck. Sweat and stuttering's what they do. Fake smiles when they're writing me checks. Add a couple more zeros. I'm the reason you losing that job. Boys don't bite, they back up. Better sit like a good dog. Bark for me, baby. Chase them kitties, what you do? Go and play fetch. Bring me back a rollie too. Diamonds on that bezel, the only face you gon' see. Don't look me in the eyes, don't you breathe the air I breathe. Pushing on my buttons, they be. Pushing on my buttons, they be. To me it ain't nothing, they be. Pushing on my buttons, they be. Got a bag, got a bag.
Palestinian struggle is not just a cry for justice. It's a blistering battle for the most fundamental human rights that every living soul on this planet should inherit by birthright. It's an unyielding resistance against the oppressive, suffocating grip of occupation and the callous denial of the most basic human dignity. Just as the civil rights movement in the United States fought against the chains of racial discrimination, so too do the Palestinian people strive to shatter the chains of occupation and tyranny. Never forget, my friends, that the Palestinians, much like African Americans in the United States, have been subjected to a heart-wrenching history of suffering and torment. The birth of Israel in 1948 brought forth the mass expulsion and dispossession of hundreds of thousands of Palestinians from their ancestral homes and land. This is a historic injustice that continues to haunt the lives of Palestinians to this very day. The situation in Palestine serves as a brutal reminder of the consequences of colonialism and the ruthless dispossession of indigenous people. It is an agonizing reminder that the fight for justice knows no borders, and we must stand united in solidarity with all oppressed peoples, whether they reside in the United States, South Africa, or anywhere around the world. Let's be unequivocally clear. Justice knows no borders, and we must stand.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the latest.
Hello,
Can
people.
you hear me now?
I was just trying to back you up and I interrupted you. Hello, people.
Oh, you good? What's up, guys? Welcome to 101 with Smurf. I'm Andre. He's Smurf, and we are live. We're not pre-recorded no more. I decided. Hey, Smurf. I decided. Hey, this is your show, kind of. So you make the shots. I'm just
for gambling it all, gambling everything, the house, everything on this live show.
Yeah, yeah, man. I'm finna tell you a secret. The reason why I didn't want to go live because, when I first started doing this, I noticed on Twitter specifically, I used to get like 70 or 80 views like in 5 minutes. Now, I lucky if I crack 20 on this motherfucker. But apparently, people watch the replays of it, so I guess I even out, right. You got to take a win for a win, right? So,
Cool. Yeah.
yeah. So how everybody doing out there? I know this is no, I forgot to say Happy Indigenous Appreciation Day.
Yeah.
Fuck that, fuck Thanksgiving, man. Fuck it. Um, I got some shameless plugs for y'all. Um, Support Ty Peasant. She going through a lot right now. Her cash app is Liz4285. Support Travis Kelly. Support the publicist. His cash app is KBarber11. Provolone on the bottom of your ticker. Miss Provolone 1967. See, they can't say I don't like him now, Smurf. See, they can't say that because I think some of them think I don't like him. That's a lie. I love everybody. Andre loves everybody. You know, subscribe to my podcast, Real Recognize Real, available on all major podcasting platforms, and follow the legendary Smurf on the bottom of your ticker.
Nah,
Follow
nothing good on my end. On my end, don't
him.
bother.
Man, give him a follow, man. Give him like his tweets, retweet his tweets. Follow me on Blue Sky, Conrad Drake, and yeah, follow me on Twitter. Well, hell, most of you watching on Twitter anyway, so 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 yeah, so yeah, man. Before we start with the NATO and stuff, a lot of people been asking like why they see me all the time on the ATP network, and it's a lot to it because let's start with Ty Peasant. She would love to do this. She was born to do this shit. Like Smurf could attest to that as well. Like when she talk, man, you listen. But she's going through a lot, custody situations and shit like that. So she's not able to do as much. But you do see her on Tea Time on Mondays. I've thought about maybe doing it every other week to be easier on her, so she don't have to worry about, doing it all the time. Provolone, she dealing still with her son and stuff. So I don't know when she coming back. You know, Me, that's how I work on the network. If you need to take time off the network, do it. Like I'm not a tyrant, so I'm not gonna force people to do shit to please me. Like it ain't about me. Your kids come before this network, me or anything. Kaiba, he, no, I hate to title his business like that, but apparently he lost a lot of his money, so he ain't able to do nothing right now. And
Yeah,
Damien,
some post. Um,
Damien, he moved back to the East Coast, so he's not able to, you know, contribute either. So right now, so yeah, really right now is Ty Peasant on Mondays and me and then Smurf. So um, so you better enjoy looking at our faces for now on.
that's all there is on the internet anymore. Anyways, it's us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. Okay, Smurf man. NATO. Oh God, what you got to say?
Yeah, well, one of my friends called me, and he's a very smart guy, an engineer, and he's a longtime friend of mine. He's got some maybe more unfortunate origins, but which I will not name. A bit like Voldemort, he tried to
Your
stay
voice went out
away.
for a second.
Yeah.
Your voice went out.
Oh, well, anyways, yeah. If you can hear me, I'll just keep on
Okay.
with the story. So my friend called me. He's like, "Let's talk about the war. Like, do you think the war will end soon?" And because he knows that I've been interested in the topic for since it kind of blew up at the surface in 2014. Um, and I told him like, no, no, I don't think so. Like, sure, Trump, but if I was a Russian, I wouldn't know is Trump in control? Is Trump gonna do the Trump thing and just cancel all the agreements whenever he likes? And it's like we need predictability. We need to build on something. Security is important in Europe. We need to and yeah. So I told my friend like I don't know that the war will end. He's like, Well, I just saw a guy like on TV from NATO, and he's like asking the Canadians to give more money, and like are we
Wow.
winning the war, or like what's going on? Why like and I'm like, no man, we're not winning. Like Ukraine is losing village after village every day, and the Kursk pocket is weird, kind of. I guess they keep reinforcing it, so that's why it's taking so long to like clean up. But like they're like, and now they're turning up the heat, like with the missiles, and yeah, I don't like I don't know how Trump could what could he promise? Like he would really have to come clean for him to like really be able to convince the Russians and the Chinese to trust them for once. He's really got to come with a serious plan of demilitarization, neutrality, and he's there's no, I don't think there's a way Trump can come up with that strongly thought out, well thought out plan for diplomacy and reconstruction and reconciliation, even because there's still the money, and there's still the sanctions, and there's still like there's a lot of blood in the ground, and a lot of like criminal cases on both sides to be settled. So there's a lot to do before we get to like a place where the next president cannot bring the war back. So that's what Russia's worried about. Like we signed peace now, and in 4 years the war is back. So and we got to start it from zero again. Like we got to start it from 2014 again. Like because we gave you some peace, we gave you some time, and you rearmed, reoccupied. So like the Russia doesn't want to have to do that again. It costs too much blood already. Like so. Anyways, this guy on TV from NATO, he's just, they just come here, and they're on public TV with my money, with all the constituents' money, on the public TV, and he's selling his fucking military hardware that's getting shred to rips on the battlefield in Ukraine. Like it's like a super luxury car, like the stuff they're selling, like it works really well in the showroom. Like you're what, like wow, I got thermal imagery, I got the missiles, I
Yeah.
got the super engine, I got the armor, and it looks super good. But once you get it delivered far away from the factories, and it doesn't come with the super package that you saw in the showroom, it comes with barely anything at all. um, and it gets blown up by old antiquated tanks that the Russians have. You're
Mm-hmm.
like, so this is what we're paying for. This is the hardware we're buying by like,
Oh
and,
God.
and we're not even buying it. We're buying an option to buy it when it's available later, because it's not available now. They're mass producing everything they can, but they can't keep up.
Yeah.
And like there's so many countries want so many things, and I don't know, like it's too expensive. Like we can't buy so many new hardware. We gave everything we had to Ukraine. So what the fuck is NATO? Like it's if it's a defensive alliance, like
It's
why
a
is it
whack.
why is it leaving Ukraine to die? And if it is
Ukraine
based,
sacrifice.
yeah, but Ukraine is not in NATO either. So
I
like
know.
what is the point of being in NATO if it's gonna defend another country and get in trouble with another country that's not in the club? Like I mean, what's the point of being in the golf club if anybody can come and play golf anyways?
That's
What's
a
the
great
point?
question.
What's the
Great
point of
question.
being in NATO if NATO's gonna come and defend Ukraine, for fuck's sake, the most corrupt country in Europe?
Yeah.
Why so like who still believes in Santa Claus at this point? Like who still believes in a defensive alliance that's there to do good and that's there to defend, and that's so powerful. 3 million soldiers around the world, and like who? Like and it's trying to defend Ukraine and it's failing at it. So what the? Anyways,
I,
so the deal behind is just that as long as the weapon contracts flow, like NATO's there to shake hands and smile at the camera, pretend it's for democracy, it's for Western civilization, it's for freedom of navigation. But it's just there to just a sales department for Raytheon and Boeing and so it's it looks like an alliance. It has the flags of the countries, but it is none of those things.
mm-hmm.
It's an entity, and it was about to die because the Berlin Wall fell, and there was like no reason to defend against the Warsaw Pact. The first, the NATO was created before the Warsaw Pact. So like the story that it's there to defend against it is bullshit. And when the Warsaw Pact fell, NATO should have had no purpose in being. It was only to um, so that all the countries would buy only one place, would buy only American, English, and French, and
German.
military. Yeah, 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 German. Yeah, because they have the the most competitive sectors of industry, but of course Canada's trying to get in on it, and everybody's trying to get in on it. But in the end, it's just a sales department.
That was about. Yeah, that was about Smurf. Yeah, the defense contractors. Yeah, they're all entangled with NATO. So the goal is, Ukraine. What they who said to the last we gonna fight to the last Ukrainian? Who said that? Told somebody I
Um,
forgot.
yeah, is it the guy that's dead that was like a bomb
Yeah, I think so.
wasn't it
Yeah,
that guy?
so yeah, that's
That's like before he died. That's like 2014, 2015. That's when they
yeah,
started saying that, like because
yeah. See,
it was the early parts, I think, the early days of the
yeah,
war.
yeah. Obama. Yeah, I remember those days, man.
But
Yeah,
the last Ukrainian, I think that started popping after the real them really saying it like that started popping after the invasion of 2022. And who said
yeah.
it? I don't know.
I forgot too, man.
Maybe the Ukrainian first because they're really eager to get to to show the nationalism and in the early days they were eager, but like now it's different.
Yeah, yeah. My thing is that my thing is about Canada though. Like, I mean, y'all shit. Mostly y'all be chilling. So you, I think that it's some kind of opportunism for Canada too in this. I think they see it. So any opportunity. You know how these countries roll, man. It's about that green. We call it America. We call it green. They'll seize the opportunity. So
It
yeah,
depends. It depends. Yeah, I try to stay away from seeing a country as one thing, as a monolith. You know.
yeah, I
So
agree. Yeah, yeah, I said yeah,
we tend to do that. Like we're okay, so Spain must be jealous. Like if Spain was one person and if Spain was one woman, like no, it's
yeah.
not. That's not like it's not how it works. But there is a bit of uh, psychology to be done about how states behave as an entity. Sure,
Mm-hmm.
sure. But you have to understand that that entity behaves because of the State Department, because of internal pressures, APAC. So it's not like the United States wants to show its muscles. United States is not one dude in the field behaving like one dude would behave. It's an
Right.
yeah, you see, it's a machine behaving in a weird way in 1,000 directions. So
Yeah. Got
so
their
I
hands on all kind of
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I know, man.
But at the
Yeah.
same time, it is a thing. United States is a thing you can put in a sentence. Like Russia, China, they are entities, but their behavior is not to be compared to that of one person. Anyways, so that's another thing. Like we don't like nobody's asking like what do the Russians want? Like what is wrong with them? Like they're just crazy. They woke up one day and they got this unprovoked aggression.
Mm-hmm.
They decided they wanted Ukraine, but like that's not how it works either. Like it's
Nah.
like imagine having a country and deciding, okay, we're gonna spend like all the blood in the treasury into doing something stupid. Like that's people don't do that. Like you don't and nobody invades countries for resources just like that. Like Israel, like the way it went about, like it's got to go through a different phases of settling and pretending that it's gonna give it back, but no, like um, like it's imagine being stuck with Ukraine. Like it's just gonna cost you money and trouble. No, but you don't want that. Like
Yeah.
maybe the industrial parts in Donbass, like they're maybe worth something.
Yeah, but
Um, and the field,
yeah.
the agriculture is good. Yeah,
Yeah, but then the reason why Russia invaded Ukraine is um because their NATO was on the weapons were on their border,
yeah,
right? So
yeah,
I think that's a sign of provoke. So you know how Putin is. I don't like Putin like that. I don't think he all these world leaders to me, man. I said this. I think I said this in a tweet. Hell, I forgot what the fuck I be saying most of the goddamn time. But I said a lot of these world leaders, most of them are psychopaths, man. So well, if fucking let's say if Canada put goddamn weapons on United States border, or Mexico put weapons on our border, then I'd be like, oh shit, like
yeah, yeah,
hell,
yeah,
man, like y'all want to
yeah.
fight. So,
It's
I
like
mean,
it's like the police, or something else. Like it's checkmate. It's checkmate. It's like no,
yeah,
I need the 12 steps of like before I we get to checkmate. We need some separation before I get in a situation where I can't do anything in return. So the proper analogy would be like the Cuba Missile Crisis when
yeah.
a
Oh, that's a good
hostile
example.
power puts missiles close to you so that like it really threatens you like in a serious way and you have no time to answer. If the missiles comes from Cuba, you have no time to answer, or you have very little time to answer. But nowadays it's even faster,
It's
and
faster down here.
it's even closer. Cuba is still far from the Pentagon, but um, wherever they want to launch in Ukraine is not that far from Moscow.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so the Russians felt checkmated. Like they were like, no, we can't let you like do that move. We got to move the king. We got to move the king. We got to move
Mm-hmm.
the king because we're getting checkmated here. If the missiles in Ukraine come in as air defense, let's say we put some Patriots in there, or we put some Tomahawk kind of dual use launchers. Well, there it's gonna take 1 week to switch an air defense system into a nuclear ballistic launching system. So the Russians cannot allow NATO to put any hardware, almost any hardware at all, on the territory that close to Moscow. And it's gonna suck.
Exactly.
It's gonna suck being Ukrainian and being used like that. Because I'm telling you, I'm from Quebec, and if the CIA tried to fuck with Canada with by boosting independence groups from here, it would suck. It would fucking suck to be used like that against for a cause that's never gonna happen, and the people are too stupid to see like it's not gonna happen. You're bleeding for nothing. Everybody's dying for nothing, and and to be used in a way that's like it's so uh like yeah, it's Machiavellian. It's
Back, yeah,
yeah. In
yeah,
even not even it's even more rotten than that. Like yeah, I would hate to be used like that because the end game is like it's people are have to gonna they're eventually they're gonna have to go back to living like with the Russians, with the Ukrainians, and NATO like still has cards to play to put Russia checkmate because Finland and Sweden are also very close to Russia. So
oh,
once the
I ain't
Ukrainian
thought about
comes,
it like that. I never
yeah,
thought about it like that. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And so whenever the Ukraine conflict is dying down, and that could be in a few days because Russia is going to strike the power out of Kiev. And
Mm-hmm.
he announced this yesterday. He said we're gonna hit this place, this place, this place, this place, and you guys gotta clear out. And there's nothing they can do against Oreshnik to because it's a new missile. Like there's nothing they can do. And like the Russian president will address the Ukrainians tomorrow. I don't know if how it's gonna go. He's gonna tell them we're sorry. We gotta hit those bases. You better clear out, evacuate. Maybe set up a hotline for people that want to move to Russia and like get out of there. And I don't know. But once it's done, NATO might still try to pull the same move with Poland, Finland, Georgia, Sweden. They all have borders with Sweden. I'm not sure, but Finland for sure. Estonia, Lithuania. They all have common borders with Russia or Russian territory. So like uh, the grift is gonna go on, man. And if it's not in Europe, it's gonna be somewhere else because NATO's trying to go Pacific too. It's a
Yeah.
North Atlantic alliance, but it's gonna be in the Pacific. So, like, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. That's what
so
I'm
it's
saying.
everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It crazy. Like they don't know good and goddamn motherfucking well that Ukraine is not going to win this war with Russia. Like they know that.
Oh, they knew it
But
after 2 weeks. They knew it. They wanted to negotiate.
yeah, but remember old dude in UK?
UK, yeah,
Yeah, I forgot his fucking name. Well,
Boris
God, Boris. Yeah, Boris
Boris
Johnson.
Johnson with the
Yeah,
haircut.
yeah, that dunce head looking motherfucker, tea drinking motherfucker. Today in England, no deal. Oh, fuck you, man. But oh man, I'm drinking today, so this is the raw and
Meanwhile, he's got
uncut.
the hair of a scarecrow. You're like,
Oh
this is your
God.
prime minister? He looks like a scarecrow with the pumpkin. Like they put a wig on top and like, what the hell?
Oh,
And that's the worst. Oh,
hold on.
yeah. Those are the worst, man. The heads of state that either are fun and look good or are
Yeah.
very celebrities and or they're like they can really make you believe that they're good. Those are the worst. They're the most dangerous. They'll get you
Yeah.
into anything, man. Like Obama or like Bernie, like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold
Like,
Schwarzenegger.
yeah, and Arnold is cool. Like with the if you're going to the gym, Arnold is the guy. But if you're gonna be
Yeah.
like making policy based on being a top dog. Like I don't know, like it's not. That's not like there's homeless people in your state. Like what does top dog do with that? Like
Yeah,
anyways,
yeah, yeah. Man, look at this clown, man. Like, this the
yeah.
motherfucker. Th-
Yeah,
Man,
that's a
yeah.
good scarecrow. That thing moves a lot with the wind, and if the birds get scared, man.
Oh my god, bro. Oh my goodness, man. I don't know, man. Like,
Look at that! Like
see, motherfuckers like
in my
this,
imagination, this guy
man.
was
It
in Harry
goddamn,
Potter.
yeah. Oh god, man. Yeah, man. You brought up his hair. Then I realized, like,
Yeah,
oh shit, surely is like a scarecrow. God damn. Yeah, yeah, man. Like, I,
I shouldn't be superficial. Like
um,
that, it's
yeah,
exactly what I'm warning people against. Like it's a distraction. Like he's so foolish and
yeah,
clowning that it's a distraction from
yeah.
the
I
fucking
know.
killer policies that they're implementing.
Yeah, yeah. Like, Donald Trump is orange and shit, and wear toupee. Like, same shit. I see what you're saying. But yeah,
And
again, like, I mean,
Trudeau was welcomed like a Greek god, like oh Trudeau, and we got the free weed. We were like all under his spell. We were like, oh Trudeau, yeah. But then yeah, it took a freedom convoy, and we're like, yeah, I'm not a Nazi. Yeah, fuck you, Trudeau. I'm not a Nazi, and
a
fuck
coat.
you, yeah.
Yeah. These motherfuckers, they want you in a coat, man. Like the Democrat and the Republican. Like, if you're not in a coat, you're everything in the sun. You're a fucking what anti-Semite. You're a fucking shit. I forgot. Hell,
Yeah, but
but
it's the group thing, the bubble thing. It allows very little from what the girl at the last party said. If something's uncool, now everybody
Smurf.
thinks it's uncool.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a
okay.
delay. There's a delay in the sound. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is, man. Man, StreamYard need to get that shit to go. But yeah, man, like it's all about the weapon industry, man. That's what this boils
yeah.
down to. Like that was you
Yeah,
basically
but
saying, like
there's more to it. That's like one aspect, but and that's what I wanted
the
to
more
touch on a little bit too. Like, what is
yeah,
it
go on.
for? What are we doing? Like, except as apart from the profit, like, there's some imperialism going on in there. There's some Monroe
Well,
doctrine going on in there.
you gotta understand that United States and Russia, United States don't like Russia, so that's another aspect too. You gotta think about that as well. And then on top of that, um, yeah, it's yeah, you're right, Monroe Doctrine. Yeah, it's a Monroe Doctrine aspect too as well.
The
I
Monroe
agree. I
Doctrine
agree.
is about dominating the Americas, and the Wolfowitz Doctrine is about like being the top dog on earth, like
Yeah,
being like we will not allow the rise of another superpower, and if we feel the need to like strike, we will because we're the police of the world and we're good. I
yeah,
think.
yeah. That's the problem with the United States in particular, man. Like they want to be the fucking world police. I'm like, leave these fucking countries alone, man. Damn it. Goddamn. Like Venezuela, for example, don't need your input. Let. That's why all these caravans coming through the borders, man. Like if you leave them the fuck alone, then maybe we won't have a border crisis, which is bullshit. But we'll get into that in another topic.
Yeah.
But I just
But that's not. But
it's
it is related. You bomb those countries with NATO bombs. Those people come in. That's
yeah,
simple. It's
yeah,
the bombs are not made in Kazakhstan. They're made here, or they're made in Kazakhstan by NATO money. Like
yeah, yeah. It's yeah, man. Yeah. You talk about fear mongering too, like. Can you get it into more about that? The fear mongering aspect.
Well, of course, like when the Berlin Wall fell, like it was the end of the communism scare. Like there was no reason to be against Russia anymore. Russia was capitalist. Like there was only a few small communist remnants around Russia. The famous ideological war was no more. So why keep up a military alliance on the doorstep of Russia? Um, you had to do that. You had to convince your people that they were still dangerous, that they were still a threat. But we're in an era where there is no more war. So you need terrorism to do terror war, like the war on terror, and you need an enemy, like you need a long term enemy for the contracts, like you need a long term enemy like China, Iran, Russia, people where you're not gonna engage too quickly. You gotta weapon contracts this long term and milk it for all it's good, like. Um, how many administrations must have thought, oh, it's a good idea to sign more weapons contracts because you never know when you're going to get in there with Iran and Russia and those. In the 90s, Russia wanted to be a friend. They wanted to be the friend of Europe. They wanted to be a friend of, they wanted to be in NATO.
Yeah.
And Jeffrey Sachs talks about this, and it's Bill Clinton who told him like, no, 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 we're not, we don't want them in here, we don't want them.
Yeah.
And so I'm not blaming Bill Clinton because he must have had Boeing and Raytheon behind his back,
Yeah.
uh, or some
Possibly.
other interests, or some portfolio with shares of Rheinmetall in Germany or something else, And he was, there was no way we were gonna cut the spigot, Like it's gotta, the people have got to be scared in order to justify that public spending into weaponry, because people like eventually people are not stupid, like we need money for like other things, real things, and you've been scaring us, so like it really plays well into their game though that Russia is being 10, 20 years in advance in missile technology over us though, because now we can be like, oh, look at the scary toys they have, look at the
Yeah.
scary things. And you know I don't know where those negotiations are gonna go if the more like really heavy hits are exchanged above like satellite height, like those missiles get out into space before they come back to earth, like we're talking about a different kind of like exchanges these days, like it's really heavy shit and test stuff too. um
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyways, it always takes a bad guy. So the more people like are ignorant about the bad guy, the more they're willing to believe anything about the bad guy. And it helps when they're crazy. We don't know what they want. Like, yeah, they pretty much told us that they don't like you being around their yard, and you're still in their yard, and like they
That's
told
it.
you that, like they like December of 2021, they sent a letter to the White House and to the US. They said, you know security in Europe is it's kind of a pie, and everybody's got to have a piece of pie, but you can't have like the other guy's piece of pie. One security cannot be achieved at the expense of another security. And like what they told the Biden, but it was a very early Biden. What they told Biden was, um, we want neutrality of Ukraine, and we want guarantees of that, and we want Minsk too. You remember Minsk?
Oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, we
yeah,
want
yeah. Miss
Minsk
Course.
too to be implemented and enforced. Um, and so it was laughed at. It was like, what can you do? Oh, you're putting us, you're making us jump through hoops, huh? With your little tanks at the frontier. This is some brinksmanship from Russia. Meanwhile, Nazi brigades were slaughtering Russians in Ukraine, and they were passing laws forbidding the teaching and learning of Russian, the speaking of Russian in Ukraine. They were like doing the anti-terrorist operation in Ukraine, and they were shelling Donetsk, they were shelling Lugansk, they were shelling everywhere because they were terrorists. How dare you rise against the corrupt government in Kiev? We're gonna shell the fuck out of your city. So, and that went on for 10 years, 8 years, and
Wow.
yeah, and like eventually Russia was not even moved by that. The self-proclaimed republics of Lugansk and Donetsk, they asked Russia to be like Crimea, and to be annexed and or welcomed in, or to be part of Russia. And Russia said no, because that would kind of escalate. That would look bad. That would be very costly, and it's a bad time to do that. And also like it would really create a war with Ukraine, um, and so like it just went bad from there, and it kept on. So Russia, like, what can Russia do? Like they told NATO, don't put your stuff there. If we see,
Yeah.
well, if we see missile launchers there, we'll have to
Oh my
do
god.
something. We
Yeah.
will not, or we will not let us ourselves be checkmated just like that. We have to do something before we get checkmated. And you're trying to get us checkmated, and we're not gonna let it. And like it's the same as Cuba. It's the same as if China puts missiles in Canada or Mexico and uses the nationalist movement there to stir up shit and do some massacres, and
Yeah.
uh, like what would you do? And maybe there's more to it. Maybe there's more to. Maybe I'm naive. Maybe there's more to it. But like the biolabs, the land lease agreement with Monsanto, the BlackRock deals, the grain shipments. Like maybe there's a lot of cards that I'm not seeing. I don't know, and I don't know how they fit in. But like that's NATO for you, man. That's what we're just stirring up shit.
Yeah.
And we're so used to the playbook that I must have told you on this show like 10 times how to destabilize a country and use it against your opponent,
Yeah.
human rights protests,
Women and children.
pro-Russian government clashing with protesters. They're being violent against protesters, and okay, so like you send in the Democracy Defense League or some bullshit like this, and they go on TV and they say we're saying human rights being abused here, and
Yeah.
like
Bullshit.
that you then you get it called out at the UN. You say we're going in. We gotta go in. Human rights are being violated. And then regime change the fuck out of this place, and yeah, rinse and repeat. Like and they failed now. They're not even good at it anymore. They've tried it so much, and they're supposed to be like experts instead of like
Experts.
focusing on
Yeah.
something helpful like education, science, roads, healthcare, infrastructure, the economy.
But my thing is, why can't we be like China, like the Belt and Road Initiative? Like, why we can't do something humanitarian like that? But
Oh, they wish.
no,
They wish.
no
You guys wish. Like the Green New Deal is that. The Green New Deal is an attempt at that.
yeah, it is.
Trump's Mexico free trade agreement is an attempt at that. Obama's pivot to Asia. Let's pivot. Pivot to
Yeah.
Asia was also meant to be like a great project of humanity,
Oh
kumbaya.
God.
But actually, it was no. It was like let's build some more shit and military stuff in Asia.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's stir up more shit in the Philippines and the good old places. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, cause the good old boys that get us that campaign money, we gotta satisfy them. That's what it's about.
yeah.
Now, fuck helping up the countries that are not as
Even NASA is
technologically advanced.
crumbling. Like fucking NASA is fucking falling to pieces. Has it having to depend on SpaceX? You
Oh
guys are
God,
so
yeah,
privatized. Yeah. Anyways, and there's one ship touches a post and the bridge falls down and the trains derail here and there and the rivers are polluted. The places where the water is actually polluted just stays
yeah.
polluted for 20 years. And I'm not talking about the native land, the native situation, and oh yeah, why are we talking about the U.S. again? Fucking
Oh,
U.S.
yeah, the UN, yeah. Oh my goodness, man. Yeah. Hell, you talking about water's being polluted? Damn near 110 miles from me, Jackson, Mississippi, water still poison, and goddamn 1,000 miles to the north, motherfucking Flint, Michigan, water poison. So yeah, yeah, you right, man. Yeah,
All this
we
money on
rather,
weapons, man, on weapons. Like he said, like every bomber is a theft from the school children.
yeah,
Every tank is a theft from the parents, the elders, the veterans, the everybody just want fucking like good things, and we're stuck giving money to bombs and war and stirring up shit, and we think
yeah.
this is the shining city on the hill. This is yeah. There could have been so many good versions of America, man. There could have been
I
so many good
know,
versions of it. Like this,
you know,
the Star Trek version. It was like, yeah, you guys came through, man. You guys fucking came through. Yeah,
man. Imagine
you take
America.
reparations,
Yeah,
you
land.
went how do you say separation of church? You went full separation of powers,
Yeah,
anti-corruption,
yeah.
um, anti-imperialism. Man, you guys beat the
Oh man,
British.
that's a big one right there.
Yeah,
Holy shit! Imagine, my God.
anti-fascist, a melting pot of it's like the Tower of Babel. Like in New York, if you can't find it, it doesn't exist. It could have been such a great nation, but it had to get drunk off the success, get drunk off the good times,
Yeah,
um, get drunk off all that great shit that America was at maybe First World War, Second World War.
yeah, yeah. Like you said, imagine if they gave the natives their land back, gave us reparations, like you said, anti-imperialist. But you know, I say this is a great country. I'll be the first one.
In the hearts of
But
many great people and great Americans,
yeah,
that spirit is existing. That
yeah,
spirit exists,
yeah,
not
that's true.
everywhere. And
Yeah, obviously.
yeah, you got to be careful not to be in the shade when you get in the south. Like they shoot at on site sometimes. Like
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I see what you're going with that, man. But yeah, America could be a great example for the whole world. Yeah, let's stay out of these folks' countries. Let's ask them for their resources. If you have to pay for it,
Trade.
ask them for
Yeah,
their resources instead
trade
of
is
taking
awesome.
it. Oh my God. Just imagine, like, humanity. Like, I always talk about humanity a lot on various, Twitter and here, but I'm like, just humanity. Like, somebody giving a fucking shit. Just going to these fucking people's countries, taking their shit. Then but you don't expect the people that you took the resources from, their citizens, to climb all the way up to fucking the Mexico U.S. border. Like, and then you gonna try to build a wall and to keep them out. Like people could fly over the fucking wall, right? You know that, Smurf. Like, they could fly over the wall. We're so fucking dumb, man. The United States is a dumbass nation. The dumb motherfuckers, man. I'm telling you.
Andre, when I see a wall, I see no solution, I turn around and I go home.
I just don't know, man. Like, man, sometimes, man, I'm really thinking about getting my savings account and just moving to fucking Ghana. Like, getting the fucking, because
Yeah,
Ghana got a dual citizenship. Move
yeah.
to Ghana and fucking, like, live my life. Like, because this shit.
And you
I,
could free Ghana, you could actually like do a radio program, become a politician, and free the whole place down and communists.
yeah. Hell yeah, man. Yeah, I'm saying, like, man, I'm still thinking about doing that, though, like, for real, like, because United States, man, just, I would move to Canada, but you said the British crown and shit, and y'all don't have, like you can't defend yourself. They'll try to take my ass to the goddamn jail. The shit I say, I'm calling Trudeau out his name and shit. Like, nah, they say, nah, you can't say that. Uh-oh. You know?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that there's any place in the world that's like really really
Yeah,
sensitive about that. But some people,
yeah.
I think some countries will go through your social media to see what kind of person
Oh,
you
shit.
are, what kind of I don't know which ones. I'm pretty
I
sure
know. A
most
lot.
countries do it. Like they
Yeah,
like everybody likes some surveillance contracts, and it's everywhere now. People like security, people like safety, and like they're not afraid of a robot with a machine gun if it's gonna shoot the neighbor. That's the
yeah.
only thing they see. But when it's never gonna come at me. I'm a good person.
Yeah, you're a good person while fucking causing lack of fucking humanity. Yeah, you're a totally good person. You know what I'm talking about, the United States. Yeah, United States will literally say, like, "Oh, we just want world peace. We just want world peace." Yeah,
Yeah,
Gaza,
the hypocrisy of
aiding
it.
Israel. Yeah, aiding Israel bombing Gaza. Gaza like a fucking parking lot. Did Ukraine? You let Ukraine use our missiles to Russia, and then Putin. Oh yeah, you forgot. Putin said that any attack. Well, Scott Ritter said this too, but I'm just gonna repeat it. Any attack that the Ukraine do, they gonna know the United States is behind it. So basically, just forcing World War III. It's just oh my goodness, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
brinksmanship is. I don't know exactly when they'll stop. Because they're so intent on causing a reaction, and the Russians are so wise at not reacting that it's making NATO go like, okay, we got to step it up. We got to go one more, one more. They said no troops, no tanks, no nothing. Back
mm-hmm.
in the time of Obama, they were fighting over, is it defensive weapons or offensive weapons? But in both cases, it was no weapons. You guys get no weapons. But then it was
Yeah,
like defensive. Okay, maybe a little defensive. Defensive weapons is fine. But then that was Obama, and then Trump, I think, tried to put the brakes on it, and they threw him in court and tried to impeach him for it
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
of
I remember that.
yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, and it's always the same game with them. It's the weapons. It's the weapons. Like The weapons is one part of the machine, but then
It
there's
is.
the imperialism behind. Because really the profit is fine,
Mm-hmm.
the control is fine, the soft power is fine, but what we really want is get rid of an adversary, is get
Well,
rid of Russia as somebody that can resist our hegemony. We don't like people resisting our hegemony. And also, if they're gonna beat China, they need Russia with them. So, like,
oh, yeah.
you gotta have Russia as a slave vassal state if you're gonna beat China. And that's I think that's another part of the objective. So you see, it's like not one machine. It's like a machine, but with three engines going different directions. So it's impossible for the Russians to like calculate with precision. Oh, they're not gonna do stupid shit. We're like we calculated it, and we think Trump is gonna win, and we think he's gonna make peace. But then his first cabinet is gonna be just poster boys for the establishment. But then when he gets into real power, he's gonna redo the cabinet with the anti-war, the anti-banker. No, no, the Russians cannot calculate that.
Yeah.
When they
That,
see the launchers, they have questions. And if you don't answer the phone, they have more questions. But now they have very good missiles. So we're gonna have to listen now.
oh yeah, man. Like no
Uh,
doubt.
but, but
I
like I
just
said, we're just gonna use that to fearmonger.
yeah. My thing is this though, like people actually think Donald Trump is going to. He said it himself. He going to when you first get in there, he's going to end the war in Ukraine. I found that I find that total fucking bullshit because
Yeah,
I that it's too much involvement with NATO as it is. Like you said, it's like you said, it's an aspect of it. Like anything Trump says, you got to take it with a grain of salt because we
yeah. Talk
already
is cheap.
had the
Talk
first
is
years with
cheap.
him.
Like we got blood on our sleeves. Like, what are your words? We want to see action. We want to see tangible.
But I say this though: if Donald Trump comes now and the Ukraine and Russia war in, I'm like, okay, maybe, but I got to see it. Trump can say all day long he want to end the war, but I want to see with my two eyes that war ends. Because that'd be crazy, man. Smurf, man. A couple of minutes, then we could go. That'd be crazy if Donald Trump, out of all people, ends potentially World War III. Like,
Well,
I don't see it, but that would be fucking nuts to me. Like
he's got
this
a big
motherfucker.
ego enough to want to achieve that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good
Trump,
point.
the world savior, the peacemaker, the unifier. If Uncle Sam Trump does it, I mean, I'm gonna have to go and meet the guy.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, holy shit, man.
But like,
Man.
just this Kim Jong Un thing
Yeah,
is like a tour de force,
yeah,
but then it was not followed up and opposed from within.
yeah,
And eventually he did not. It was fun while it lasted. The burger's good while in mouth, but then after that, you think about it, not really. I mean, I'm trying to put myself in his shoes, but I don't think he put much energy into really making sure that it came through to something. Like it's good.
yeah,
So, I like talk is cheap. To the Russians, it has cost them too much blood. They want
yeah,
they need to see the missiles off. They need to see NATO stand down. And I don't know if NATO's ready, but it's possible that like okay, it's NATO agrees, it gets out of Ukraine, but goes into Iran and China. So hey, like
yeah,
it's one big victory for Ukraine, but it's another loss for the world.
yeah. But obviously,
What's left of
well, one,
Ukraine back then?
yeah, same with Iran. Like, you know that Trump gonna allow Saudi Arabia to go into Iran, so yeah, you in one potentially World War III. I just thought about this. Then you potentially might start another. Hey, we shall see, right?
Fearmongering.
Yeah, we shall see. So yeah, guys. This was a good conversation. I'm back with some more shameless plugs before we go. Support Thai Peasant, Cash App, Liz4285 on the bottom of the screen. Travis, Cash App, $ K Bar 11. Support Prolone, Cash App, Miss Prolone 1967. And I'll say this, guys, like, you ain't got to donate to all of them at once. If you got the money, got a couple of dollars, just go on my Twitter account. You'll see me promoting them. Just retweet it. Like, don't feel bad if you can't afford to donate. My podcast, Real Recognize Real, available on all major podcasting platforms. Oh yeah, Smurf, I need to get you on there, man. Oh, I already did. Damn, I just realized I had too many to drink. Yeah, I already had you on my podcast, but um, well, hopefully we'll collab again on that soon. And also too, follow me on Blue Sky. Man, Smurf, you need to come to Blue Sky, man. I'm very deep and personal with my shit, man. Like, I be using coded language because I'm in love with somebody. Like, you know what I'm talking about, right? I be like using coded language. Oh, you don't know? Yeah. You know. But I use coded language because I don't want them to know. So, yeah, you need to check out Blue Sky one day. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and also follow my guy Smurf right there, Demons Nick. And, follow Ty Peasant. Most of y'all know who she is. And, yeah, I know who my ass is. Hell, most of you watching me now, so follow me on Twitter and you watching me like the fuck. Man, okay. Oh, man.
Subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe to the ATP Network. Please subscribe to the ATP Network. And also, too, guys, like the video. Like the video. Give it a thumbs up if you're on YouTube and Rumble. So yeah. Yeah, Smurf, man. On Rumble, man, we be getting some good views, though. But
Oh yeah.
Rumble ain't far. Yeah, we get good views, man. Like, that's crazy.
Well, that's good because Rumble is a good it's a good second one to have.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I don't like the content on Rumble that much.
I
I'm like,
don't. Yeah, I don't. I don't.
most of this stuff I had no idea existed. Like, I'm like, what? That's a sport? Like, what? All right, cool. Fucking
Oh, shit.
fucking internet, man. But I'm glad it exists. Like,
Bro, you crazy. Bro, that's a damn sport. Man, Rumble, man. Rumble be having some all kinds of like kook shit on there, man. It's a bunch of kook ass shit. But hey, you know, hey,
it's a
but hey,
platform. It works. All we need is a
yeah.
car. It works. Like, too bad.
Yeah, and the craziest thing is I haven't got a racial slur yet on Rumble, so that's good. People say that's a racist platform. No, I haven't. Well, I haven't experienced it yet, so I probably didn't see it. So you know,
No, we're only racist when we do the slapping contest. Like,
yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Like Blue Sky though, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I be telling my deep shit, man. I be saying, I know how you like a person. You like them, so you love them so much, you do things for them, and then you be afraid that that person might not feel the same way you do. Like shit like that. That's what I be saying on Rumble, man. And I know that person be seeing that shit. Hey, Smurf, man. One day, man, I'll make my move, bro. Man, hey Smurf, though. One more thing. I know, I'm getting weird. I'm getting weird and kooky and shit, but Smurf, how do you like? You have a feeling. You have feelings for somebody, right? How do you like get them off your goddamn mind? Like I think about this person every motherfucking second, and it's driving me crazy, man. Like, what do you do in that situation?
yeah. You know, there's the disease and there are the cures, like,
You
and
sad?
yeah, like I don't know, like it's a beautiful thing to live it out, like.
Yeah,
Uh, it has to be done in one life. It has to be done. You
yeah,
have to love, and you have to be broken and love again, and like it is like if you're gonna have one sin, like keep it a good one. Yeah, that would be a good one.
I agree.
Um, yeah. But then again, like it's everybody has a different chemical setup. Like people think some things look good, others don't.
Yeah,
I always I always thought that girls with braces, you know what that is? Like the teeth
yeah.
braces. Yeah, the braces, right?
Mhm,
That's how you guys call it. Yeah. I always
mhm.
thought that chicks with braces were hot, like, but most girls with braces, they were ashamed and they would never show their teeth, like they would never, like they didn't feel good at all, like showing their
Yeah,
teeth. But actually, I always thought it was cool. But like I'm thinking, so every little like defect that you have and you think you have, somebody out there is like crazy about that, and you don't know it. You could never know it, and the person that's crazy about that doesn't know why, but like it's out there. you just
yeah,
gotta you just gotta trial and error,
yeah,
and is I think guys are have more freedom to do that than girls, because we don't get judged as much. it's
yeah,
really it's really sad, but like if you're like yeah, you gotta have experience, and
yeah,
there's nothing as beautiful like a first love, sure, but like like I really would
yeah.
hate if my life would have been to fall in love in first grade, get married in like high school with the same girl, and to spend my life with the same girl. I would have found it really boring and hard, and like
Oh yeah.
it's a
A
waste of
lot
a
of people like
life.
that.
But
Yeah.
some people are really, really well done for each other. So there are exceptions. But yeah, yeah. There's no cure for love, man. There's no cure. There's no
Oh
way to
man.
get. You can put your head in a bucket with ice and catch a terrible brain freeze. But even in your coma, you'll be shouting her name. Like
Oh
it,
God.
yeah, like
Oh
there's no
my
cure.
God. Yeah.
Like it has to be brought to a point where it either goes or fails,
Yeah.
and the happiness will consume itself in the failure, or in the act, and well, both stories don't necessarily end terrible or well.
Yeah.
Like you can get really hurt in a long toxic relationship, and
Yeah.
failing at one can teach you a lot of lessons for the next good one. So
Yeah.
yeah, there's no cure. You gotta get the herd immunity. Yeah, that's what you
Oh
need.
God.
There's no vaccine. You need the group immunity.
Yeah, man. It's so bad to a point where like every time like something like a situation happens, like I try to jump in the fray, and I don't want, I guess I think some people kind of know what I'm talking about, like you and another person, like it's two people that know. But yeah, like yeah, man, like one day, man, one day I'm gonna shoot my shot, man. Like I'm gonna try. And the crazy thing about that is, then we could go like I'm gonna be the first one. See, a unit, man. I call myself a unit. I'll be the first one, man. So hell yeah, yeah, yeah. Like man, I'm so in love with this person. I'll go. I get the moon for this person. Like you know what I mean. Like I'll get the moon. get the movie, that movie to pull that motherfucker down, Smurf like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? Yeah, man, I
No,
get the moon and pull it down and shit.
you're
That's the way I feel.
imagining jobs for yourself that you cannot achieve.
Yeah, I
And
know.
you see how you're doing it. You're setting
Yeah.
yourself up
I was, I was,
for like bad mojo.
yeah.
Like, but
Yeah.
But
I
I
know.
kind
That's
of have
stupid.
to. I have to encourage you nonetheless to set yourself up for bad mojo.
Oh shit. I'm stupid. Smurf like, what the fuck? Hey, that's just, like you said, man. Love, man, is that love powerful, man. It's powerful. Okay, Smurf, man, you got any last words before we go? I've been wilding today.
Yeah, please do the revolution in aisle 8.
Yes, sir. Let's do the revolution, y'all. Come on, left. Come on, left, man. Let's stop the infighting. Let's stop all the bullshit. Like, let's stop arguing who's anti-Semitic. Like, y'all better leave this woman alone. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Like, y'all leave her alone, man. She been sick. She been going through. No, I'm not talking about TP. I'm talking about somebody else. You know what I'm talking about. Like, she's not anti-Semitic. Probably, the tweet probably was in bad faith, but whatever. It is what it is. So, anyway, thank you guys so much. Got a good crowd tonight. I'm shocked we got this damn much because Twitter, man, I usually get like 10, 11, and 12 views in this motherfucker. But thank you guys for tuning in to One on One with Smurf. Um, yeah, I'm Andre Morton, and that's Smurf, and we signing out of this piece. Have a good one. All right, Smurf. See you later, man.
Yeah.